Hey guys, what's going on? It's Exile Lord here, and we're here in the new Golem kit review. Before we start off the kit review, if there is a certain kit you would like to see next, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And whatever kit gets the most views, I'll go ahead and do that one next. And another thing before I start off here, I'm going to go ahead and add in a rating system to these kits that I'm redoing. Now you shouldn't take this rating system too seriously, as this is just going to be mostly my opinion and just something to give a general idea about how the class performs. So if one kit has a higher rating than another kit, don't go by the other kit just because it has a higher rating. Each kit is different and each kit has a certain time where it should be used. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the kit. And the first skill for the Golem kit is called Iron Punch. And whenever you have full energy and you right click, it casts a hexagon around you in a 5 block radius and it deals 1 damage to start out with. Now this is true damage, so it is half heart to start out with. And this increases by 0.5 each time, and then it maxes out at 5 damage, which is 2.5 hearts. Now this skill I give an 8. I forgot to mention that the rating scale is going to be 1 to 10 for each skill. So this receives an 8 because it is a great skill. What this doesn't say is that it blinds the people that you hit, and it also brings them in closer to you. So ideally, you want to be using this skill when people are running away, so you can draw them in and then get more hits and then draw them in later on. So the next skill is called Iron Heart, and upon killing a player, you get Absorption 2 for 2 seconds to start out with, and this has a 45-second cooldown. And then that increases all the way up to 12 seconds. Now Absorption 2 is about 4 to 6 hearts. I'm pretty sure I don't know the exact number of hearts you get, but it is a pretty hefty amount. And this skill gets a 6 because it is useful, but it's really only good when you're 1v2ing, 1v3ing. Because if you're just 1v1ing, you kill somebody, you get the hearts, it doesn't really do anything. So anyway, it's a 6. And moving on to the next skill is called Iron Constitution. And whenever you get hit by an arrow, you gain resistance 1 for 2 seconds to start out with. And this increases by 1 second each time, all the way up to 10 seconds. Now this skill gets a 3, and it's solo because the only classes that really have, or the only kits that you really see have a bow constantly are the kits that spawn with a bow. And even if it's not a kit that spawns with a bow, if they have a bow, whenever you get hit, you're gonna give them energy, and that's not what you want. So I don't find this skill to be useful, especially if the bow has like power 2 or power 3 on it. The power just eats right through the resistance, and it doesn't do anything for you. So anyway, that gets a 3, and the next is the kit, and you start out with a stone sword and iron boots. And then at 2 you get the iron chestplate, and then at 5 you get the diamond boots, and at 6 you spawn with the iron sword, and then at 7 is when you get the diamond chestplate. And then the enchantments on the armor are the protection from explosions, and that increases, or that gets put on both of the armor pieces. Actually no, sorry, totally messed that up. You get Prot 1 at max on the boots. And this kit gets a 6 because while it is good at max level, you have to get it to 7 for it to start making a real difference in fights. So it does take a while to get to that place where it's good. That's why it's pretty low. The next one is called Gathering Talent. And it's not called Gathering Talent, it's called Momentum. And when you mine wood, you have a chance to get iron and iron block. And that increases by 1% each time, all the way up to 10%. And this skill gets a 4 because while it is useful that you can just go out and mine logs and get iron blocks from them and not have to go to the mines, if you don't go to the mines, you don't get the chests with the food in them. So if you mine wood, you sort of have to rely on other people's food storage or killing people with food on them, and that's really unreliable. There's maybe sometimes where you get like 5 stacks of fish from some random, but then other times you can kill 20 people and get like 2 wheat. So it's really unpredictable. So that's why it gets a 4. Now these other skills, these other ratings that I'm going to go ahead and talk about, these are ones that I make up but I still feel are relevant in the game. So the first one is called Utility, And this is basically how many scenarios this kit can fit in, like above ground, in a hole, in a sky base, stuff like that. And this gets a 7 because it is great in a hole. The only class that it can't beat is really a creeper. I think no kit can beat a creeper in a hole though, so that's saying something. But it does get a 7 because you would think that Enderman would be able just to outstrafe it because it doesn't get speed. But even so, if you get a couple hits on Enderman, you can still use your skill and bring them in. And you're tanky enough that you can't really be killed by an Enderman if they're not jump critting. And if they are jump critting, you can hit them easier and then you get more damage out them. Or you get more damage than them in general. So the next the next rating is called Simplicity. And this is basically just how simple the class is to use. And this gets an 8 because Golem is not a really complex class to use at all. It's really just hit 'em, right click, hit 'em. There's really nothing too complex about it. And the next talent, or not the next talent, the next rating is called Return. And what I mean by this is how much time or how much money do you have to put into the class for it to start becoming good and really like I don't want to say this, but it really becomes OP. I'm not saying that any of these kits are OP. I'm just it's the easiest term to use. So anyway, on the Return, I give it a 4 because you do have to get the kits and the skill to 7 at least before it starts becoming sort of competitive with like Dread or Herobrine, one of those high damage classes. It does have to get up to 7 on the skill and kit for it to start competing with those. Anyway, the next one is called Fun, or the last one is called Fun, and this is really an important stat because this just really just means how fun the class is to use, in my opinion. And this gets an 8 because when you do get up to those higher levels, I say maybe around 5 would be a good starting point. But like once you do get up to those levels where you can start taking a lot of damage, you just really feel invincible, even though you're not a lot of the time. But you just walk up to somebody, just smash them with your iron block or whatever. And it's just a lot of fun to just see people try to run away, and you're like, nope, come back here, and you smash. It's just a real lot of fun. So anyway, overall that gives the kit a 6. So not too bad, not too shabby. But yeah, that's first rating that I will give. So let's go ahead and move on to games, and I'll show you some tips and tricks for Golem. Hey guys, we're here with the only tip I really have for Golem. As I said, Golem isn't a really complex kit to use. But you want to drink your regen potions out of combat, so if you're about to fight somebody and you're at half health, definitely drink it before, not in the middle of the fight, because that regen will not take effect if you're drinking in the middle of the fight and you're taking damage while you're drinking. So just drink it before and you should be good. Alright, welcome back. We're here with my final thoughts on the Golem kit. And I just want to say that this is a pretty good kit, as long as you're willing to get it up to that 7 skill and 7 kit. It is a really good kit, and yeah, it's very beginner friendly, so if you're just starting out and you're looking for a hero class to start out on, Golem is not a bad decision. I'm not going to say it's the best because there is one better. I will not say right now. But I do think it is very beginner friendly, so if it's your first hero kit, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not super bad anyway. So anyway, that has been my new Golem kit review. Don't forget, if there's a certain kit you want to see, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.